Hello parents, welcome to Mom I Love and I am Shubhoshri. You can also find us at our official website, that is www.momilove.com. So are you a parent who have a toddler at home, especially between the age of 2 to 3? Because at this time they throw a lot of tantrum and it is really difficult for the parents to take charge of kids who are between the age of 2 to 3. So if you are in the same situation, then stay tuned to this video because I will be sharing some important tips by which you can take charge of your house, of this situation at home. So before I begin my video, I will request you to subscribe to my channel because every weekday I come up with videos related to parenting, which mostly concentrates on motherhood, early childhood education, parent-child relationship and a lot more that revolves around parenting. So first I will explain little bit about why kids between this age of 2 to 3 they throw such tantrums. Actually what happens from the time of their birth to this age, this is the first time when they understand that they are an individual. They now they start separating themselves from their mothers, because till now they used to think that if the mother gets hurt they are going to get hurt too. They never thought that we are a different entity, we are a person. But now by the age of 2 to 3 they understand that they are a separate entity, and this recognition of their self give them that notion that they must try out things of their own, they have their own authority. So most of the time they do this thing, they show their tantrum, they throw fits just to establish their own entity. So this is a struggle which will go on for some time. If you think that this is going to vanish all of a sudden, that is not going to happen. You have to struggle a little bit till your child reaches the age of 4 or 5. But then there are many different things which you can try and you can take the situation under your control. So first of all, we will not be that hard or harsh on the kids because they are completely emotionally driven. You will notice that everything goes under emotion. If your child wants something and they are crying for that, and if you don't give that to them and somehow you can divert their attention to something else, they will forget completely about that. Whereas if you talk about older kids, this is not the case with them. So you can understand that a small child is always driven by emotion. They don't have logic for what they do. So as you know that their emotion is their weak point, or they are driven by their emotion, you can utilize that point to take charge of the situation. So first, as a parent, you have to notice that what triggers that tantrum in your child. Every kid is different and they have different points in which their tantrum or their fits triggers. So you have to understand that at what point do they start behaving in that way. So it might happen that your child, they get annoyed very easily if anybody else is irritating them, or if they doesn't get anything which they want right now in their hand, or if something is unreachable from their hands. So there can be many reasons, or there is some loud noise in the house. So there are many reasons for which a child can get irritated too fast. So first of all, if it is possible for you to minimize those points which triggers that tantrum in your child, then try and work upon that. So if you observe your child for a week or two, you will definitely understand that what are the factors that trigger tantrums in them, and then you can work upon those. You can actually understand that now with this act my child is going to react in this way. So the basic thing is, if you can control those things, it's a good idea, because if the trigger doesn't happen, they are not going to do whatever they are doing now. Next is, be consistent on your behavior. So by this what I mean is, if today you are saying no to something, tomorrow you have to be consistent on your decision. You have to be consistent on your thinking and your way of saying that to your child. And your verdict doesn't change day to day on a particular topic. So by that what happens, your child has a clear mind that if I do this or if this thing happens, then my mother is going to react with me in this way. So then they doesn't have that dilemma in their head that this is wrong or this is right. I am not being able to make sense out of it. It is not going to happen with them. They will have a clear notion about everything, that this is good and this is bad. Third point is allow your child to make decisions. So most of the power struggle, I will say here, happens because your child is unable to show their own being. They are unable to establish themselves as a person. So allowing them to make a choice actually cool them and also give them a chance to expertise themselves and understand that they are an individual. So here is a little trick which I will share with you. Of course, a choice means you have to give them at least 2 options to choose from. So when you are giving 2 options, one must be what they want to do, next should be your choice, means both of the choice should come from your side. For example, you want your child to take a bath. So you cannot give them the option that do you want to take a bath or you don't want, because with the don't want, you do not agree with that. You are not okay with the don't want option. So you have to give your child 2 options with which you agree upon. For example, do you want to take bath now or you want to take bath 5 minutes later? So in both the ways they are going to take bath, and that goes along with your notion which you want. But for the child, it comes out like they are making a choice, they are having an authority to make this choice, and they are also happy for that. Number 4th point is praise for good work. So whenever they are doing some good work, please praise them. Praise can be in different forms. You can verbally praise them by saying words like, wow, you did it so nice. Really, you did it? I cannot believe it. It came out so nice. It's really amazing that you did it. So you can use these kind of words to say that how well they have done something or they have achieved something. Other than that, you can also praise them with the help of stickers, with the help of chocolates. Not every time you can give them candies, but you can give them stickers or stamps. You can buy some stamps which kids used to play. So these things are very handy, and you can just give them one stamp on hand and say that just because you did a good work today, this is a reward for you. You will notice that they are super happy, and next time they intend to do the good thing more and more as they like to be praised. So here we come to the end of this video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have any feedback or comments related to this topic, please write it to me in the comment section below. See you in my next video. Bye-bye.